Here we are in round 2. On the left, we've got Mike Jensen playing Junk Rites versus Mason Enns on the right, playing a Bant control deck.
Gotta love Mason's playmat here, stomping around. Always
oh yeah, absolutely.
But Mike's the Naruto one. You know, I always want to talk to him and be like, "Hey, buddy, you're at the wrong turn.
You're playing the wrong game.
You're playing the wrong game. What are you doing? Naruto ain't gonna save you here, sir."
It's like both of them taking a mulligan.
Yeah, unfortunate. You always want to see a feature match with 7-on-7.
Yep.
Every game.
Yeah, but if they're gonna both take a mulligan, like, we'll just, you know, we'll have a little bit slower. We'll see less cards.
We'll see if we see another match that doesn't end by death. Cyrus and the scoop. Now, for you, those guys who don't know, Mike Jensen here on the left, he's actually sort of the, I don't want to say patriarch, but he's sort of the reason we're doing this. He's the guy who came up with the idea. You know, he's been pushing it, so we kind of owe him a thank you that we're on here right now commentating. I don't even know who's going to watch this. I hope they do. I hope they get some knowledge. But
I hope we get views.
Yeah, right. 13 views, yay!
Mike comes out of the gate with a Pilgrim.
I know what you want to see turn 1.
Yeah?
Yeah. Especially without a shock.
I would have said he would rather have seen a shock here, but, you know, given that...
I mean, Forest is probably the one you want to see. If
yeah, absolutely.
I don't know why there would be a plane or swamp or anything else in there, but I don't know if people say.
And an Arbor Elf.
And a shock. Interesting. Okay.
I expect to see
another little man.
Wow.
All the dorks. You know, it's funny. Last night when I talked to Mike, I'm not sure if he did or not, but he was really unhappy with the 8-mana dork version. He said he was cutting down to 5 or 6. I'm not sure if he did, but seeing 3 on turn 1 and 2 kind of makes me think he probably chose the 8.
Probably kept the 8.
Augur Bowl is one of the control cards of the format. Rewind. So
rewind.
I think with the rewind, you just kind of know they're playing Mr. Abbott of the Word. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Counter yourself, make a 5/5. Seems really good.
Yeah, he is playing a 3 of Advent.
3 of?
3 of.
I'd say a 9 of, if I could.
Is that a 4th mana dork?
So half the dorks have come to the field here. I mean, I guess if you don't have any lands, the next best thing is dorks, right?
True.
And it turns Thought Scour.
And I think we're seeing, is that an Angel of Serenity in Mike's hand there?
That is an Angel of Serenity. Looks like a Thought Scour discarded, what is that, Azurius Charm and a Breeding Pool?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 5 right now. 6 right here. So he's 1 mana away from the Serenity. But then again, you know, I hear a lot of these junk reanimators that say even if you got it at 7 at turn 4 or 5, you generally don't want to cast it.
Yeah.
You don't want to save it for that big.
You do want to wait for your opponents to develop some board position that they're counting on, and then take it all away.
Mike doing some excellent untapping and tapping here.
And here it comes.
We're throwing it out there.
I'm going.
Yeah, deal with my guy.
And it's going to resolve.
Now, I see that tapped Glacial Fortress, that paid on his turn to Thought Scour. I didn't see that before. I don't know what else he would use the mana for. Shock over here by Mason.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw Supreme Verdict in Mason's hand. I'm probably going to see it right here. Yeah.
Yep.
That's going to hurt the team. 5 for 1.
Gets his Augur back.
We'll get some triggers off that, I assume, next turn. Alright, Mulch. Seems like a good card here. You know, you're low on land, all your guys just got destroyed.
Is that an Acidic Slime and another Mulch that hit the graveyard?
Cavern of Souls, and I can't see what the other card is because of that glare, but I know one of them is at least a Cavern. I think what we kind of saw right there was the perfect example we kind of talked about. You know, you have the Angel, he's a 5/6. He's like, oh,
right.
I got a big beater, I can get out there and do some damage. But you sort of just limited half the card there, and I don't think he's happy with the result.
No. Full mana, I'm assuming we're going to see Advent. Yep.
Advent at the end of the tournament. That's what you want to do. Hey, buddy, here's a 5/5. Oh, guess what? Swing it next turn. And 5 in the face, drop in Mike Jensen down to 13. Now, I'm not going to say this is exactly where you want to be, as Bant control, but this is exactly where you want to be at Bant control. 4 mana, rewind, 5/5 on the board. Let's see if I can get there for her.
You might want to see another land or two, but yeah, he's in a pretty good spot.
Mike only has 2 cards in hand?
Yeah.
Like
a Fiend Hunter and a Restoration Angel. So he's not out yet.
Yeah, Fiend Hunter's pretty good here. But, you know, if he just rushes out the Fiend Hunter, though, he's not going to do much for him. Rewind. And
that's true. He does know it's there.
Yeah, he saw it. Mike saw the rewind, so. And throws the Fiend Hunter.
Here it is. Here's the rewind.
I mean, you got to bait it out somehow, right?
Yeah.
And another
Advent.
Worm. We've seen some good matches here tonight so far. It's round 2. We got 3 more to go. I'm excited. Imagine if we were doing 9 or 10.
Oh. Could be a long night.
Turn 4. Still no 5th land. I don't think he's that upset about it.
Takes 10.
Down to 3.
He needs to see a Tri Tusk here. And running out that Augur tells me he doesn't have something else to do with that mana.
Exactly. He's looking for a counterspell. He gets a Tusk. Okay.
Unburial Rites. There is an angel in the graveyard.
There is. That would get rid of all 3. And it looks like that's probably the reaction he's going to take here. And Tusk got rid of the Candle Tap for that. No, not
nope.
Now, kind of interesting how he put his Unburial Rites there. Did he cast them from the graveyard? Or was that from hand, right?
No, it's from hand.
It looks like it's almost exiled here. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Maybe it's just for reference. You know, maybe it's just so, hey, I remember it's in there.
Yeah, generally turning it sideways, though, is an indicator from the rest of the graveyard, at least.
Yeah. Tuskar, Azurius Charm, Hinter with Harbor, and he drew so fast I have no idea what he got.
We also didn't see it. That was a Glacial Fortress, though.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You got
finally going to see those lands. Land go. We're going to have 5 coming back the other way now.
Wow, can he? I mean, it's only 1 point of damage on the Augur of Bolus, but, you know, all of a sudden a worm comes out of nowhere and game over. But I don't know if he wants to actually swing here. I would, personally.
Yeah, okay, Grizzly Salvage, getting another angel out of there, and an Unburial Rites. Okay.
Wow.
So I think we're okay.
I think it's pretty good estimation. Hey, look, 4 land up. Okay, so he did move the. Looks like he did move the Unburial Rites back on top.
Yeah.
Correct situation. Okay, that's good. That can be confusing from time to time, especially 6 turns down the road.
You know, granted that he has the Restoration Angel in hand, I think he's just fine swinging. He's got 4 mana up. If there another Advent of the Worm comes down,
yeah, you're absolutely right. It does have Trample. That only would be 2. You get one from the Worm, one from the Augur. Not playing any burn spells, you know that.
Yep, he's going to take 5, go to 12. And Revelation for 2?
Okay. So we go down 5, 12, we go back up to 14.
14, yeah.
Draw 2 cards, let's see what we get here. Now we got a match here. It looked like it was going to be a little one-sided. I'm kind of glad it didn't. I like to see Magic evolve and continue past turn 5.
But it is always fun to see those matches that just boom.
Yeah. All right, so he finds a land, and those 2 cards pop to the 3rd one on the top when he drew. 6th land. I mean, he did listen to a lot of land drops this turn, though.
Yeah, he missed quite a few.
And in a perfect world, that would have been a Sphinx for 5 or 6?
Augur comes in, looks like it's going to get blocked by a Restoration Angel.
Do you think that was a good swing there?
I don't think there's any reason not to.
I mean, you saw the Grizzly Salvage. You saw the Unburial Rites. You know there's another Unburial Rites in the graveyard. He didn't cast it. Kind of signifies to me that something's up.
Right. I
have something in my hand. I'm going to do something with it. I mean, it's just an Augur, so you don't really care, but I don't know. Does it say Snap Supreme?
SRS Charm? Yeah, it's Supreme.
Yep.
So that Acidic Slime's going to go to hand. He knows that Mason's been having some mana troubles.
And no, I almost don't like that play from Mike though either there, because I mean you take a damage. He obviously doesn't have any way to pump. I mean maybe he has giant growth. I don't think he would. You know, Bant or Bant Flash or Bant Control. None of those decks really play that giant growth. And in this situation, because you think he's going to want to try to clear the board, right? Get that 6 land on the table. You still got the rest though. I mean, even though you have 6 land, you can turn those 6 land into 4 land. He's already back, 4 or 5 turns at this point. Especially when he's playing Sphinx Revelation. Well, luck he's just going to keep the Ancient plan.
But he has managed to find 2 of the Unburial Rites with the Mulch and the Grizzly Salvage.
And more importantly, 2 of the Angels. To keep that little cycle trucking.
Yeah. So we're not over yet, but it's looking pretty good for the junk player at this point.
I mean, you could say that, but you're talking one creature. You're talking a lot of cards underneath it. Obviously, I understand the advantage there, but Mason still has a pretty good grip here. We don't really know what's in his hand. He's hiding it back there. He's playing control. Control's pretty good at getting out of these deep holes.
Yeah.
And he does have technically the life advantage right now, so. See what happens. Five-minute Rectus?
Pre-combat. Acidic Slime?
Got that back from the last Angel.
Yep. Gonna target a Hallowed Phone? Yep. There it is.
Still on a 2-turn clock here, and he goes ahead and Sphinx Revelations. Now, did he use that mana? That's the question there. He should be drawing 3. How many is he going to draw? Or actually, I'm sorry, 4.
4 if he actually tapped it for mana.
All right, so that's 1, 2, 3. I think I only saw 3.
I think it was only 3.
All right, so we're going to only do 3. Slight misplay there, in my opinion. I mean, he has 2 mana open. I probably would have tapped and went for it right there. Sphinx Revelation. That's me personally, though.
Yeah, see one more card, get another life.
Yeah,
why not?
Seems good. Especially since you just lost the card. Acidic Slime.
Now, did the Angel of Serenity not attack there?
It looks like it did. Oh, it just came into play. No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It came into play. Why would he not swing there? Is there his turn, maybe? But then he gets all of his juiciness back.
I'm having a tough time figuring out exactly what happened there.
And he has 8 lands, so it's not like he can't recast it.
Yeah.
The worst part about this whole match here is, ban control, one of their best ways to get rid of creatures is to Jury's Chart back to the top of the deck and knock Scour into the graveyard. That's not going to work too well against Junk Reanimator.
Drunk, yeah.
And a juicy Mulch here, looks like a Fiend Hunter.
Another Fiend Hunter, Thragtusk, yep.
Looks like we possibly got an extra card there. Luckily, this isn't a, we don't have judges walking through, so slightly friendly, I guess you could say. This was a Mulch, so I don't think you take that Thragtusk there, Mike, as much as you'd like to. Is he going to reanimate the Thragtusk right now?
I think he might.
I feel like he's being a little too aggressive here, especially since he has him on a 3 o'clock. But he has seen 2 Sphinx Revelation. He has seen a Snapcaster. He knows how these matches are going to go. Maybe he's just trying to get that damage in.
And when I was going through Mason's deck, I did not see a Terminus.
That's not good for him.
Which means all he has to answer here are the Supreme Verdicts.
And that's about the worst thing he can do against the Junk Reanimator deck. I mean, it's good. It gets you that extra turn, basically, but...
Yeah, but it just puts the creatures right back in the graveyard. Yeah. That doesn't help you anymore, because they're just going to come right back. So maybe Mike is capitalizing on something like that, but he hasn't seen the deck.
Oh. Mr. Worm number 3. Not as impressive on turn...
10.
7, yeah. And a big choice to draw this card. Well, at least we got a match here,
Yeah.
Wasn't 4 minutes, not over. So we got Mason down to 15. Mike's still sitting at 3. Oh, I'm sorry, went back up to 8 on the Thragtusk.
Yep.
That guy gains life. That guy does things. And now Mason, obviously, he's not playing the best counter to Thragtusk right now, which is Turn and Burn. Doesn't have the red in his deck. I don't think you're going to splash blue or, splash Turn and Burn for just the turn side.
No.
But that's a pretty good answer. Still gets the 5 life, but hey, I'm just going to go ahead and take care of that creature and get rid of it permanently. Go ahead,
unsummon the angel.
Ooh, unless he has another unsummon here, I feel that's not the best play. Because he can go ahead and just cast another Angel Serenity, try to get everything back, with that on stack, unsummon the Angel, the exit battlefield, trigger leaves before they go underneath, and they're both just, permanently exiled. You could still just cripple his graveyard right there and end the game.
Yeah.
Especially with a 5/5 on the board.
We did see a Celestia Charm on the Thragtusk. So I think he's just trying to push through those extra, 8 points of damage.
It was 3. You remember the 3? And it looks like who is that? Hinata? Some sort of Naruto token. 3/3 gets in the way, and 2 points of damage go across. So 6 to 15 we're looking at here.
But now we're looking at a angel coming down again.
Oh, like I said, if he has that's in a charm where he has that unsummon, it's great. You just get rid of all the stuff from the graveyard, put everything back in his hand. Yeah, I don't know why he would have done that.
Yeah.
Especially with Celestia Charm.
And now he essentially taps out for the flashback and think twice, leaving a basic forest?
Yeah, I don't know. And now you said I was looking away. You said he Celestia Charm with Thragtusk.
Yes, exiling it.
Wouldn't you want to do that to the Angel Serenity?
That's what I would think.
Okay. Pretty good way to get out of that Angel Serenity combo. Exile an Angel. Tension Sphere, Celestia Charm, Syncopate, whatever you got. Okay.
Yeah, get it out of there. Is this a Fiend Hunter?
Yeah. Fiend Hunter.
Fiend Hunter eats the worm.
Maybe you can counter with that for us. Spines with Vastwood? I don't know. Wrong format. Ranger's Guile. There you go. That's what he maybe is one of Ranger's Guile, and he's trying to make a play around Ranger's Guile. I don't know.
Arbor Elf. Seeing more dorks. I think you're probably right. He's probably playing the 8.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
2 comes across from the Acidic Slime.
Dropping Mason down to still pretty healthy 13.
Yeah. We are in a 7-point life game now, rather than whatever it was before, 17 to 3.
6-13 now is what you got? Okay. Thanks for on the same here. Mason's looking at his graveyard here. Now, generally when a player looks at his graveyard and there's blue mana on tap,
Snapcaster.
Yeah, I always just feel like a Snapcaster. As a Grixis player, I tend to sometimes just look at it just to make him think and play around Snapcaster Mage. It's actually a very good advice. I'll let you guys feel that one.
He was playing at least 3 Snapcasters. I didn't realize, I didn't look at how many he had, but he was playing at least 3.
It's a hard card to pick up, even now. It always kind of was. People who had it, they kept them. People didn't have them. Well, they watch everyone else have them. It's like a big 4-point swing coming in here.
4 comes across.
I don't see Mason doing anything, so I'm gonna go ahead and assume that hits. Dropping him down to 9.
Mike's playing with some cards in his hand. We know he's got those angels. He's sitting on another Fiend Hunter. And where's that Thragtusk? Is that still in the graveyard?
No, I got exile, remember?
That's right, Celestia Charm.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. But that's why I'm here and they're there.
Oh, we're going to see a hard-cast angel here, I think.
Why?
Yeah, I know. He's got 4 points of damage coming across every turn.
You got 3 worms he deals with.
Yeah.
He doesn't know the number of Snapcasters. He probably thinks 3 or 4, but you already know that, Snapcaster's gone. His threats are dwindling very, very fastly from the Bant control side. You generally know what they have, what's going on here. And
Azorius Charm draws a card. We're getting to moves of desperation here, I think.
Yeah. All that land, a big old grip. What can you do? Looks like Mike went and grabbed his dice here. Probably fell off the table. That happens from time to time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana available to Mr. Ends here. Cat 4, probably a Supreme.
I think it has to be a Supreme Verdict.
It does have to be a Supreme Verdict.
And he knows all the other stuff that's in his hand, so he's going to have to recast it next turn to the Snapcaster.
I think Mike thought for a second about flashing a Restorando there.
Yeah.
He had 10 lands, Mike. No reason. I wish Mason would show us a little more of his hand here. I don't even want to see what cards in there. I just want to see how many cards he has, because that really does matter at this point in the game. I assume 7 or 6. You know, you've synced twice. You haven't been playing a lot of spells. You probably have
but one of those sphinxes was only for 2, and the other was only for 3.
You're absolutely right. I forgot how depressing this game was for the Bant control player. If he would hit all his land drops, I feel like he would have pulled this out a long time ago.
Yeah, but he still needs to stick a threat. Mike's had enough answers for that.
And keeps getting his own back.
Yeah.
So more mana than you need. Let me see here. Could he cast an Emrakul yet?
No, not quite.
But he can cast Angel Serenity, which seems very good here. And so obviously Mason doesn't have a counter. Have we seen a counter yet?
No.
Because he have counters in his deck.
Yeah, we'd see a rewind.
We saw a rewind. One for. We've seen a couple Augur triggers here. He's drawn a decent amount of cards and only one counter spell. Worm number 4.
Although I'm not sure what that does here, since there's an angel on the board.
I mean, Mike's still at 6. Obviously, it's not a good swing for Mason here.
No, I think he needs to far seek up a stomping ground and a Kessig Wolf Run going here. I think that's what we need to do.
Put all that red mana, right? Hey, Melissa Del Toro, I mean, she had that idea and she ran with it. It worked.
It worked. It absolutely
really
worked.
Well. 5 comes across. See if we're going to have any answers here. Zuri's Charm.
I assume there's something. There's always something.
There's always something, right? Back control. I think 3 mana tap there. 4 for
4
a
mana?
Restoration Angel. I don't think he's going to target Stoker.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
He's dual blocking a flying
guy with a worm. What?
If they don't notice this and try to stop it a little bit here, I'm going to jump over there. Oh, I'll be right back.
Yep.
Hey, fly.
That's going to ruin someone's day.
All right, now we got that situated. Let's get back to the match.
So, you think he still blocks? I think he's at 9. I think he takes it here.
I don't know why. Yeah, I would take it, especially, you probably got a snap pass.
Although he does know there's another Angel of Serenity in his hand, and does he know about the Fiend Hunter? Probably.
I think he pulled it back when with the other one.
Yeah, it was under the Angel, so he knows that Fiend Hunter is going to take out his blocker, even if he blocks, or even if he doesn't block. So, is there any advantage to not blocking here?
I don't really see one. I feel you can't just lose a creature here. I'm like, take the hit, see what you get next turn. You at least have a blocker afterwards. If he takes the resto here, good for him. I don't really know. I don't know what the right choice is here. There's not a lot going on the board, but this game has progressed in such a way that it literally anything can happen here. Like he allows the Fiend Hunter to take his Angel to get his cards back. Another Fiend Hunter and a 6/10. Is he assuming board wipe here?
He might be. He very well might be.
It's not a bad play. I think it's definitely a smart play.
So I think Mason took the hit there.
Take the 4, or take the 5, went down to 4. Comes across with 8. And he's going to have a response. It's like Mr. Oh, that's a good response. Yep. That's a really good response.
Resto Fiend Hunter, get the Angel back to his hand, and exile the token. Bounce off the other Angel.
Bounce that, bring it back, get the token, kill your... Yeah, you said it perfect. I mean, that literally is a blowout right there. There's no other way of looking around there. Mason doesn't have any counter spells. He has all that land, and he's just watching it happen.
Doesn't have a whole lot of targets left in the graveyard for that. Arbor Elf. There you go. There's the #1 Angel of Serenity target.
Mana dork it on turn 50. Now, if Mason has nothing here, he loses, right? Just that on board.
I think he has to Sphinx for everything.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, he has 9. He's sitting at 4th. Virtual 13 if he has it in his hand. Again, why does he not exile that first Angel? I'd rather deal with a team of Thragtusk than an Angel Serenity.
Yeah, I would
Especially
too.
when I'm playing tokens. You know? And I know he's not playing tokens, but he has the tokens.
Here comes the attack. We don't see... Oh, there's...
And that's, yeah, that's
okay.
over. Yeah, I kind of felt that was the writing on the wall. Big blowout. Let's scoop it up. Now, you're the cyborg guy. What do you think?
You know, interestingly enough, with those 3 Restoration Angels in Mason's deck, he doesn't have a whole lot of targets for him. And there aren't a whole lot more in the sideboard.
It's one of those things, though. It's a necessary evil in the deck. You gotta keep him guessing at 4. Once you hit 4, you know, it becomes dead. Does he have Flash Cap? Does he have Resto Angel? Does he have that 5/5 worm I need to worry about? Having the worm, you know. So it adds an element of question to the opponent. Now, not having a target, I feel, is hurting yourself using that card.
Yeah.
He does the Snapcaster.
Yeah, he's got 2 or 3 Augurs. He's got, I think, 3 Snapcasters. And that's it. That's it for targets for Angel.
If you put that in, you look at like the American Flash deck, American control deck.
Yeah.
And they have like what, 3 Restos, 3 Snaps, like 2 Augurs or something like that. 3 Augurs, 3 Restos, 3 Snaps or something.
Right, but they still have other creatures that they can be blinking. You can't really.
Creatures. What other creatures does that deck play?
Boros Reckoner?
Still play?
Yeah.
Huh? All right, fine. You're right. I'm wrong. Y'all thought this is better.
But you can't resto a worm token.
No, you don't want to. Don't resto a token. Okay. You can Angel Serenity a token. That's good. Not your own. Yeah, I think Wizards kind of knew what they were doing when they put that Angel restriction on Resto Angel. I think they
non-Angel.
Yeah, I think originally it probably was non-Angel. Like, oh, I just card named Angel Serenity. Kind of ridiculous together. That seems unfair. And honestly, there's a lot of Angels throughout Magic that have good instrumental triggers. I can't think of most of them off the top of my head because I'm not thinking about it, but there would be some outrageous targets. Like Voice of All, things like that, you know. Like, oh, you play a green creature, Voice of All green. I'm going to blink it when I go to block, and now it's red, you know. Just you could do some things. I'll post it later. I'll think about it. I'll let you know. We'll Facebook it.
Angel of Despair?
That's destroy target permanent, right?
Yeah, the Vindicator of a 5/5 flying stick.
Yeah, it's pretty good too. All right, so we got shuffling up here now. Bant. I haven't played the Bant Flash deck. I played a little bit testing. I haven't played against it much. I mean, I know what the general goal you're trying to do against the deck is, but on a Junk Reanimator, what do you bring it?
Ground Seal. I don't know if there's a whole lot else that you bring in.
You bring in ground stuff? Does it say opponents, or is it just target creatures or things in graveyards can't be targeted? I feel like that's a really... I don't think you would run ground still in your Junk Reanimator, you know what I mean? You're trying
I was talking about the Bant deck bringing in ground, bringing in ground seal against...
What does the Junk deck want to bring it against the Bant deck is what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
No.
I don't even know if the Bant deck would want to do it, honestly. I mean, one of your game plans is to add another worm, Snapcaster, add another worm, and I feel like ground seal will kind of cut that off a little bit. You know, you're cutting off your Snapcasters.
It does absolutely cut off the Snapcasters. It cuts off the Think Twices, but I'm pretty sure that's the only answer that I saw in his sideboard.
And I mean, I've done that. I used to run Nevermore and play an expert control deck with Sphinx, and I would pull up my Sphinx, put Nevermore, name their Sphinx. So maybe he's just like, well, I'm gonna take out the Snapcasters. You know, I'm just going to put this ground still in there, and I'm just going to try to stop him and tweak my strategy a little bit. So, I mean, that is an option.
But he can still win with Advent of the Worm if the whole graveyard plan is shut off.
Yeah.
Because then Mike pretty much has to ramp into his big creatures.
I mean, turn 3, 6, 5, turn 4, that's the thing, though. So. Yep. I feel like if Mike, that last game, especially with the amount of mana that Mason just did not get, if there would have been an early 6 flat, that game would have been, you know, turn 7, turn 8, maybe a scoop. Probably not dead, but maybe a scoop. So
yeah.
He would have been sitting at 2 lands.
If you wouldn't have the 4 mana for the Advent or the Rewind, there would have been, and the Supreme Verdict.
Wiping out all the dorks.
Yeah.
All right. So we got 2 shock lands. Looks like Mike went down to 18 to get that Deathrite shot on board. I think that's a trade anybody wants to make ever on turn 1.
Yeah.
2 life for a Deathrite any day. Any day.
2-mana Augur?
2 Fiend Hunters in the hand. You see it? 2 Fiend Hunters.
Wow.
That's not what you want to see across the table. 1 picks away, goes down to 19. Tap land, pass turn. I would have loved to see a Darius Charm there. But it's an icing on the cake. Shock down to 17.
What's he going to do with 3 mana here?
You hope dissipate. Well, then again, it might be, you know, I haven't seen any dissipate this deck. It might be something like Thought Scour, Darius Charm, or Think Twice, you know, something like that.
Yeah. Well, we're going to test it here.
Sin Collector. If you're a control deck, that's the card you don't want to see. And obviously, it doesn't have a counter. Alright, so we got
Advent.
I can't see what that second card is there. It looks like a voice.
I think that was a voice.
Snapcaster. I didn't see the other two. But that's just gone. I have another worm. You're not coming into play. I think Mike's still pretty good about that. And
here's the Augur.
now, don't say it's so. Don't tell me Mason's stuck on 3 again. 3
Augur
lands and a
whiffs.
whip. Oh, thank God. Okay.
Ghost Quarter? Interesting.
Is that main board?
Yeah, that was
main board.
Yeah,
No, that thing's a thing.
yeah, that was main. I don't think Junk runs any utility lands though, so you're looking to Cavern. Looking to hit the Cavern.
Yeah. I play counter spells. You play Cavern. Let's play this game. You know, a lot of things in Magic right now are really funny about that. You know, you got like Supreme Verdict can't be countered. Yeah, Boros Charm has something to say about that.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Golgari Charm has something to say about that. Civic Charm always bounces back. You know, every guild has its answer to it.
Orzo Charm just digs it right out of the graveyard.
Yep. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Put it back on. Or even bounces back to the hand if it's bigger.
Yeah.
Like every. Ooh.
Clone Sin Collector. That's an interesting play.
You know, it's not bad though, especially since it exiles if he has no barrel rights.
I wish I could see those cards.
We got 2 Fiend Hunters. Looks like no
targets.
No targets. Now, what does he have?
2 Fiend Hunters.
Resto Angel. And I can't tell. I think it was a Grizzly Salvage. And
but
maybe another Sin Collector?
Sin Collector would have hit that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Resto Angel, Sin Collector, see what you got again. Same stuff. Voice Resurgence, Snapcaster, Mage.
Yep.
It's funny, Mike doesn't learn. We played testing last night. He had that exact same situation where I showed him my hand. He had to turn Resto. I drew a card. He Resto Angel. I'm like, okay, it's the same cards you just saw. I don't understand. But I mean, you're not going to not use the trigger. 3 across the air.
It is nice to have that 3 flying coming across.
Yeah.
At least it puts his opponent on a clock.
Swings in with a Sin Collector. Mike takes it. I don't know why he went there. It's not a threat. Grizzly Salvage. Also top decked, obviously.
Yeah.
Sin Collector would have taken that out of his hand. So
I don't know.
he has 5 cards.
I suppose Mike could have traded there. Sin Collector for Sin Collector.
I feel that if he has an answer to Augur, taking the 2 damage and then being able to crack back with 2, since you definitely have to lead, you have more creatures on board. You know, you got a Deathrite Shaman there that can close the game out pretty well. Just take the damage, you can race back harder. If you're playing Backlash, you might have 1. So yeah, I gotta say you should trade it. Fair enough.
I mean, I probably would have traded there, just because with the Deathrite Shaman and the other mana he's got right now, he has Angel's Serenity hardcast mana. So if he draws an Angel, or you know mulches into 1, or Grizzly Salvages into 1.
Yep.
Here's the Advent.
Since he didn't swing there. Since he didn't block. Now, obviously he has the Augur Bolt. Don't get me wrong. I know why he didn't swing there.
Yep.
But if you're not going to block and you're not going to swing, my only idea I can think of is that he's hoping for another Restoration Angel, and he can just keep the Sin Collector fun time going. You know, get the spells out of your hand, get the spells out of your hand, get the spells out of your hand. You got nothing.
But now that he's seen the Advent of the Worm, he knows exactly what's in Mason's hand.
Snapcaster and a
Voice of Resurgence.
Voice of Resurgence. And something else we haven't seen apparently. 5 mana here. Oh, Silk Flash Slider. I'll go ahead and block that Resto Angel nicely.
For 1 turn, at least.
That's 2/7 reach, isn't it?
Oh, Silk Lash.
Silk Lash, yeah, 2/7 reach, 5 mana. You can pay, I believe it's 2 green and X, deal X damage to each creature with flying. The situation that's going to come into here is I don't believe, without a kill card, that Mike has anything in his deck that can actually get through that.
Angel Serenity doesn't hit it?
Well, Angel Serenity. I meant a kill card, a removal card, that's what I meant. Yeah, Angel Serenity
okay.
is...
Alright.
But, you know, as far as any creature that can just pound through it...
No, no, he doesn't have anything.
Not in the deck. Even Mr. Angel Serenity, if it was out there and then a Slow Flash came down, still going to block that for damage.
He does have a Fiend Hunter in his hand, though, at least one.
Now, would you go for Slow Flash here to get the damage in? I mean, you're sitting 11 to 16, or do you just get rid of Mr. Token? Yeah, I keep going.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't care about the blocker.
Yeah.
You can sit with that 2/7 there all day. So Silk Lash must have come in onto the board, because I don't remember seeing that in the main deck. I must not have paid attention to it in the sideboard either.
You probably decided like, oh, it's probably an Arbor, some green card, whatever, I don't care. There's a spider in here?
It wasn't a trick. That was it. We see
it looks like he had a second Fiend Hunter there, and he couldn't cast it. Oh, no, you know, he probably could. He could go ahead and exile that one of his lands out with that Deathrite Shaman to get rid of something else if you wanted. I guess he just thought it wasn't worth it. I personally would have got rid of the Silk Lash Spider as well and just kept the beat train rolling. I think Mike has at least a decent advantage here with the board state.
Yeah, and the Bant deck does have what I would consider to be an advantage in the long game.
In the long game, definitely. But, I mean, you do have Deathrite Shaman. Deathrite Shaman's going to go ahead and get those instant sorceries. He's going to go ahead and lose that 2 life. So you do have some end game there. Maybe that's his plan here.
Cloning Fiend Hunter and hitting the Restoration Angel?
That's the only plan I can think of there. No.
But now what did he do?
Let me ask you an interesting thing. Okay, we got a clone. We got this clone. We got a Resto Angel. Why don't you have clone come in as a copy of Resto Angel, blinking your other clone, and have that clone come in as a copy of Fiend Hunter? Right? That seems like a better play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Or Sin Collector or whatever, you know what I mean? You could do something, but I understand you want to get rid of it, and it just seems like clone into Resto Angel, into Fiend Hunter, the other clone seems like a better play overall. I don't see any reason not to do that. 3 mana, he's thinking, looking at either at that Bolt or the Fiend Hunter.
I think he's probably going to hit the clone that's holding the Restoration Angel hostage.
And then he might go ahead and just scoop up another clone too.
Yeah, or he's going to mulch first. Unburial an Angel.
Sometimes you just get the cards. And the Unburial's coming in, yeah, that's Mr. Angel doing her job.
Clone and the Silk Lash and the clone, get the Restoration Angel for your Fiend Hunter, hit the Augur, and beat for a bunch. Well, 2.
So obviously going to get my Resto back. Taking the Augur here?
Well, he is still going to get a Restoration Angel trigger.
I understand that, definitely.
To blink the Fiend Hunter and get back his...
But in my situation, with the grip that Mason hands, you know you're playing control, I would get the Silk Lash, the clone, and the clone. And then on the trigger, I would bounce the Fiend Hunter. I would bounce the Sin Collector. And just take a look. You know, is it still clear? Do I still have a chance to just win with this strategy? You know, he obviously knows he's still the Snapcaster.
So what else got put under that Angel there?
The Augur. Mr. Little Fiend Hunter, but 2/1 Sin Collector clone.
There's only 2 cards under there.
Clone, Augur, Bolus.
Clone and Augur.
Maybe pull.
What happened to the third one? Did he pull something out of his graveyard? There wasn't anything in his graveyard.
Maybe it's only 2 triggers. It is up to 3. Maybe he doesn't care about that 2/1. Maybe it's like, I'm going to leave you that 2/1. So it looks like they're just wondering what is that creature.
Either way, I don't know. I'm not seeing any advantage to not clearing the board here.
Well, The only thing I can think of is if he gives both those clones back somehow, you're not going to have a good time with an Angel on the board. You know what I mean? You're basically setting yourself up for failure there by giving him both clones back if that happens. So I guess I can kind of see Mike's play, but I would have grabbed something on my graveyard. Heck, I would have picked back up that Sin Collector, you know what I mean? Just get me something so I can use all those triggers. We did miss, Deathrise Shaman did make an Azorius Charm
go away.
Yep. Life got lost from Mason there down to 9. 3-mana tap. Oh, you know, he had the Fiend Hunter. That's probably what it was. He was just like, oh, I'm just going to value.
That's a Sin Collector. Seeing an Azorius Charm and an Unsummon. Yeah, obviously you take the modal one.
Blink my stuff back up. You know, he's happy returning stuff to hand. That's what he does. We got a ruling question here. 1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
Yep. The ruling question here is what happens? Can I cast the spell after the Sin Collector trigger is on the stack? And the answer, of course, is no. You can't. Once the ability is already resolving, you can't cast any spells because the ability is in resolution.
So you basically explained what happened there. What the question was, yeah. For those of you who don't know, once something like Sin Collector or something like that hits an arrest or anything, once the hand has been revealed, the spell is technically resolving at this point, and therefore since it is resolving, you can't answer it, you can't do anything until the spell's over, so you can't know that. Looks like Mason just decided to pack it up there. 16-9, losing your cards, about to get bashed in the face. Seems like a good decision.
Yep.
Now, Mason had a few misplays there.
Yeah, he did.
Not many, but he had a few. Angel Serenity right there, only grabbing 2 triggers, or only grabbing two targets.
Yeah, I just feel that was a Mike's misplay.
Yeah, I mean, Mike. So Mike had a couple. Mason definitely had more than Mike. Unfortunately, Mason's a little bit younger guy. You know, maybe that's just something with he hasn't had as much practice. You know, and we're not a big deal here, but the camera does add fear. I will definitely say that, and I've heard people say that just being on camera, you get a little flustered. You start looking at it. You know, you start not thinking it straight. So maybe that's something that it is. Like, I don't want to, rag on him too hard here, but I feel game 1 might have been winnable for him.
Yeah. He definitely was shorted on mana game 1.
Definitely, but I mean, he got to the 4 he needed, and once you hit that sweet spot of 4, you're pretty much good. Junk Reanimator.
It's grindy. It's real grindy.
It takes so long. What happened? I hated it. I hate playing it. What happened to the Lingering Soul Behemoth? Turn 4. You got me in 2 games. I'm gonna go drink a soda. All right, got it. You got me. Nowadays, it's like I'm gonna destroy your lands and attrition you to death. Go play Junk. I don't know. Anything else to say about this match before we head on down here, Mr.
Speaking of Craterhoof Behemoth, it looks like one came in out of the side.
What's that? Did I miss it? Oh, there you go. Yeah, right there. I mean, if you play with 8 mana dorks, you don't really need the Lingering Souls, I guess.
True, because your mana dorks become huge.
The fodder. I'll make a 6/6 army and smash in his face. Well, round 2, Vince Naimon, Herbert Zingsheim.
It's an A. Long A sound.
Naimon?
Yeah.
Naimon. I don't hear anyone else pronounce it. Okay, Naimon. All right, we'll meet you back here round 3.
See you later.